Good morning and welcome to this second day of public hearings for the Queensland Productivity Commission's inquiry into the NDIS market in Queensland. My name is Dr Karen Hooper and I'm Principal Commissioner at the Queensland Productivity Commission. Before we commence proceedings today, I'd like to respectfully acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which this event is taking place and elders, both past and present. I also acknowledge the traditional owners of the various lands on which our online audience are working today and elders both past and present. I also recognise those whose ongoing effort to protect and promote Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander cultures will leave a lasting legacy for future elders and leaders. In April last year, the Queensland Government directed the Queensland Productivity Commission to undertake an inquiry into the NDIS in Queensland. Many of you will know the NDIS commenced in the state in 2016, and after 5 years of operation, now is a good time to review the NDIS market in Queensland to consider how the scheme is performing and to identify any opportunities for improvement. While other reviews have tended to take a national focus, our inquiry is quite distinct and focused on the NDIS market in Queensland. So we're interested in the experience of Queensland participants and providers, issues of particular importance for the state of Queensland, and options that Queensland can pursue unilaterally. Notwithstanding this, many issues and lessons will be relevant across the NDIS, and given the national nature of the scheme, some solutions will need to be progressed with other governments. We released our draft report in November last year, and it contained 39 draft recommendations. They included proposals to address the complexity of the scheme, to improve the operation of the market, and to address the existence of thin markets in parts of Queensland. Public submissions on our draft inquiry report closed last week, and we will be posting those submissions to our website. So I encourage you to visit our website for further information. The purpose of these hearings is to facilitate public scrutiny and to receive feedback on our draft report. We want to know what we got right, what we got wrong, and important issues we may have missed. Community feedback is really important. The Commission operates on a public inquiry model founded on open and transparent consultation. What stakeholders tell us is really important in developing the evidence base that we use in framing our final findings and recommendations. So I'd really like to thank individuals, organisations and government agencies that have taken the time to participate in our consultation process to this point in the inquiry. And of course, everyone who's joining us today, either in the audience here in Brisbane or joining us via the live stream. Your contributions are very much appreciated. So after the hearings, we will be preparing our final report, which is due to the Queensland Government on the 30th of April this year. Before we get started, please let me explain how today's public hearing will run and provide some guidance to our presenters. So we have quite a full program today with 8 presentations. We'll have a short break at 11 o'clock, a lunch break at 12:45, and then we'll look to close the hearing at 4:30 this afternoon. If I could please ask presenters to keep their presentations to between 20 and 30 minutes so we stay on schedule, that would be most appreciated. Now, presenters are not required to take an oath, but I do ask that they be truthful in their remarks. Unlike parliamentary proceedings, speakers are not covered for defamation by parliamentary privilege. So defamation can include, for example, allegations of professional incompetence, negligence, corruption or deception. So today's hearing will take place in a hybrid format. So we'll have some presenters and observers here in person, and some will be joining us online. So welcome if you're joining us online. We'd really appreciate your patience with any technical issues that might arise. And for those joining us online, we have organised live closed captioning. If you do experience any difficulties or need assistance, please reach out and follow up the contact details that were provided to you, and please contact us. The presentations in today's hearing are being recorded and a transcript is being prepared and will be available. Both the transcript and the recording will be posted to the Commission's website shortly. After each presentation, if there is time, I will be asking a few questions and having a discussion with each presenter. So my aim is to conduct the hearing in a reasonably informal manner, but I do remind presenters that a full transcript is being taken this morning. So for this reason, we can't take comments from the floor, but at the end of today's proceedings, if time allows, I might ask members of our audience here today if they wish to make any brief statements or comments to the hearing. Lastly, could I just ask if there are any members of the press joining us today in person? So please ask that no recordings be made of today's hearing. As I mentioned, a recording will be made available. And just a gentle reminder, if you could please turn off mobile phones or turn them to silent.